Assalamualaikum, my name is Arianna Iman.
My name is Azulaifa.
My name is Zafran.
My name is Adib.
My name is Amirah, Athileah.
And today, me and my groupmates will be presenting a company analysis on the company Batu Kawan Berhad. Batu Kawan Berhad is an investment holding company with subsidiaries and associates involving in chemical manufacturing, property investment, investment holding, and plantation. It was established in 1965. It started its operation as a plantation company. So there are 6 board of director members in Batu Kawan Berhad. Firstly, there is Tan Sri Datuk Lee U Hian. He is 67 years old and he is a Malaysian. He is the non-independent, non-executive chairman, a member of nomination committee, and a member of the remuneration committee. Next, there is Datuk Lee Hao Hian. He is a 65 years old Malaysian and he is the managing director of Batu Kawan Berhad. Thirdly, there is Datuk Yeo Eng, who is 71 years old. He is the Senior Independent Non-Executive Director, Chairman of Audit and Risk Committee, and Chairman of Nomination Committee. Fourthly, there is Mr. Kwa Chet T. He is 67 years old. He is the Independent Non-Executive Director, a member of Audit and Risk Committee, and the member of Remuneration Committee. Next, there is Tan Sri Rastam bin Muhammad Isa. He is 67 years old and is a Malaysian. He is the Independent Non-Executive Director and a member of Audit and Risk Committee. Lastly, there is Datuk Tunku Alina binti Raja Muhammad alias. She is 55 years old and is also a Malaysian. She is the Independent Non-Executive Director and member of the Audit and Risk Committee. So those are the 6 board of directors members of Batu Kawan Berhad. So now me and my groupmates will be analysing the financial statements of Batu Kawan Berhad. So the year that we have chose to do this analysis is from the year 2014 to 2018. And please be reminded that all of the figures that we have stated in this video will be in RM million. So the first section of the financial statement that we will be talking about is the asset structure. So if we can see through this graph that the asset structure have been increasing at a progressive rate from the 2014 to 2017, but in the year 2018 it has decreased a little bit. It has decreased by RM 623 and 480 million. So it has decreased a little bit from 2017 to 2018. So next we will be talking about the financial structure. First up for the financial structure is the debt structure. Non-current liabilities can also be called the long-term liabilities. Non-current liabilities and long-term liabilities are used to predict whether the company can meet their long-term obligations. As you can see from the figure here, the debt structure, the total liabilities have decreased from the year 2017 to 2018. However, from the year 2014 and 2018, the non-current liabilities kept increasing year by year. In the year 2014, it has been recorded as the lowest liabilities for the Batu Kawan Berhad company. Also, for the year 2014, it was recorded the lowest non-current liabilities at the figure of RM 985 and 645 million. It then had progressively increases up to the year 2018 with the figure RM 4,479 and 967 million. Lastly, I will talk about equity. We will be talking about the equity and the common stock of Batu Kawan Berhad. For the common stock, it was constant for 3 years from 2014 to 2016 at the figure RM 435 and 951 million. It then increased in the year 2018 from 498 760 million. Then in 2018 it had increased to 509 689 million. As for their retained earnings, it had increased progressively from the year 2014 to 2018. In 2014, it was recorded at RM 3,543 118 million. As their retained earnings have progressively increased from the year 2014 to 2018, this shows that Batu Kawan Berhad have been working hard to increase their retained earnings every single year.
For the revenue, in 2014, Batu Kawan Berhad managed to achieve revenue of 274 million and 4,000 ringgit. For the next year, in 2015, the revenue increased by 6.6%, which is amounting to 290 million 603,000 ringgit. The increase in revenue is due to the news where Pentamaster Corporation Berhad will invest 20 million in Batu Kawan Berhad project. The news influenced many investors to actually invest in Batu Kawan Berhad share, and the investor predict the share price will increase in the near future, so that's why they invest. In 2016, the revenue unfortunately decreased by 7.53%, which is amounting to 268,723,000. Although there is a slightly decrease in revenue, it is actually not a big problem for Batu Kawan Berhad because they still managed to generate a huge amount of revenue. In 2017, the revenue increased by 4.1%, which is amounting to 279,503,000 ringgit. This is because the company gained more than triple on the plantation sale. And lastly, in 2018, the revenue is 482,036,000 ringgit. And this is because there is an increase in sale, decrease in the expenses, dissemination of positive news, and positive action of the institutional investor. Next, for the operating expenses, in 2014, Batu Kawan Berhad's operating expenses is 150,380,000 ringgit. In the next year, the operating expenses increased by 34.56%, which is amounting to 202,346,000 ringgit. This shows that in 2015, Batu Kawan Berhad require additional 34.56% of operating expenses in order to generate income. Next, in 2016, the operating expenses keep on increasing by 53.29%, which is amounting to 310,175,000 ringgit. This is the highest percentage increase in operating expenses. It also shows that Batu Kawan Berhad keeps on expanding its business, so that's why they need a huge amount of operating expenses. In 2017, the operating expenses increased by 24.89%, which is amounting to 387,384,000 ringgit. Lastly, in 2018, it increased by 9.9%, which is amounting to 422,582,000 ringgit. This is the highest operating expenses Batu Kawan Berhad ever had. It is expected to keep on increasing for the upcoming year. For the net income, the simple definition for net income is the amount that already minus all the costs. So in 2014, Batu Kawan Berhad achieved 1,106,715,000 ringgit. So they managed to achieve this because the operating expenses in the year 2014 is low while the revenue is high. So in the next year, in 2015, the net income unfortunately decreased by 12.31%, which is amounting to 970,468,000 ringgit. It is considered high as compared to other competitors, so it's not actually a problem for Batu Kawan Berhad, although there is a decrease in the net income. In 2016, the net income increased by 83.10%, which is amounting to 1,776,895,000 ringgit. So this is actually the highest net income as comparison to other 4 years. The reason behind this are because Batu Kawan Berhad had many successful projects and obtained many investment. In 2017, the net income decreased to 1,198,723,000 ringgit. In 2018, the net income keep on decreasing by 22.76%, which is amounting to 925,681,000 ringgit. This is caused by the increase in operating expenses in the year 2018. So when the operating expenses increase and revenue and net income will decrease. So this is the lowest net income Batu Kawan Berhad ever achieved. And lastly, for finance cost, in 2014, the finance cost of Batu Kawan Berhad is 108,435,000 ringgit. In the next year, the finance cost increased by 15.9%, which is amounting to 124,799,000 ringgit. Logically, the company needed more finance costs as the time passed by because it helps in expanding the business. So that's why they need more finance costs. In 2016, the finance cost increased by 42.75%, which is amounting to 178,152,000 ringgit. This is the highest percentage increase in the finance cost that the Batu Kawan Berhad ever experienced. This is because they need more money to finance new projects, so that's why the finance cost keeps on increasing. In 2017, the finance cost increased by 6.72%, which is amounting to 190,122,000 ringgit. Lastly, in the 2018, the finance cost increased by 2.71%, which is amounting to 195,271,000 ringgit. The increment rate is considered low as compared to the other year because the company only need a little amount to finance the new project. There was an increase in the finance cost, but not too much.
I'll be explaining to you about Batu Kawan dividend distribution. So, based on their past annual report, we have summarized Batu Kawan dividend distribution start from 2014 until 2018. So, what we can conclude is Batu Kawan dividend distribution for the first 2 years, their dividend distribution is increased. But unfortunately, for 2015, their dividend distribution is decreased. This is because of their board of directors recommend just 35 cents per share, which is more cheaper than the previous year. But for the last 2 years, which is in 2017 and 2018, their dividend distribution is increased, and it is due to their net income increase. So yeah. So, are you guys wondering about Batu Kawan performance level? And you want to know? It's okay. I will tell you. So, for the first 4 months, starting from June 2018, Batu Kawan were in underperformance level. It is because their line crosses below the FTSE BMKSCI line, and during that time, their price are more cheaper than FTSE BMKSCI line. But after that, it starts show a good signal, which is the lines that crosses above the FTSE BMKSCI line, and the price get higher than FTSE BMKSCI line. But it won't stay longer, because after that Batu Kawan doesn't show a clear performance level and start drop until underperformance level. So as a conclusion, Batu Kawan actually will underperform for the last 1 year. Hey, still me, but in different topic. So now I will tell you about trend analysis. Trend analysis is most important thing for investor because they can know the price movement and they can plan their investment. So we have 3 types of trend. So the first is primary trend, secondary trend, and minor trend. Primary trend usually takes a long period, such as 1 year, or can be more than that. And secondary trend will take around 3 months or less than that. And minor trend will happen between 3 weeks to 1 month. So, primary trend will happen in June 2018 until May 2019, and it was a bearish, or we call it a downtrend. So during this trend, most of investors start selling their stock before the price keep falling, and they were facing a loss. So facing a loss, it was a nightmare. So they make a safety first. And next is secondary trend. Secondary trend is most likely an opposite trend to primary trend. So if the primary trend were in bearish, so secondary trend would be bullish. So same goes to Batu Kawan. It a bullish, and it happened in the middle of March 2019, which is some of investors that buy the stock and sales at April 2019, which is the price hit the resistance line at that time. And last is minor trend. Minor trend is happened in December 2018, where the price keep falling until it touched the support line, and it was the worst moment. So now we move to pattern analysis. Pattern analysis is also used to check the price movement and to check the current price and forecast for the future price. So based on our analysis, we have defined three types of pattern also. So the first one is head and shoulder, double top, and last is symmetrical triangle. So head and shoulders is most likely like as two shoulder, one head, and first shoulder have to hit the resistance line. Head will break the first resistance line and hit the highest resistance line, and second shoulder will hit the first resistance line again. So for Batu Kawan, it happened in August 2018, September 2018, and October 2018 also. So it's like September, August lah. So it's September and October. So okay, next is double top. Double top, we can define it when the price hit the resistance line for the two times, which like the price hit the resistance line and bounce to the support line, then hit again the resistance line and bounce again to the support line. So it's like something like that. So it happened at the end of October 2018 until December 2018. Last pattern is triangle pattern, or we call it symmetrical triangle pattern. It's like there's two trend line, bearish and bullish, meet each other as a continuation, and it happened for 3 months. So it happened start from February 2019 until April 2019, which is 3 months. So during this pattern, most of investors will start to stand by, either they want to buy or sell the stock. But for this situation, the investor will stand by to sell the stock, because after that it will naturally break up to bullish.
So today I'm going to explain about short-term SMA, long-term SMA, and double line SMA of Batu Kawan Berhad. Okay, so first let's see the short-term SMA of Batu Kawan Berhad. So as we can see right here, this is the chart for short-term SMA of Batu Kawan Berhad for 1 year period from May 2018 until May 2019. Okay, so what we can see right here, there's a trend reversal happening in October from bullish to bearish. So
after October, although the trend is bearish, the price movement is still touching the SMA line. Compared to May until July, the trend is bearish, going down trend, but the price movement is not touching the SMA line, which is not good. So what I can suggest is for potential buyer, for you guys, for potential buyer or beginner investor, wait for the price movement until it touch the SMA line to buy the stock. For existing buyer, you guys can sell your stock after the price movement go above the SMA line. Okay, so next, let's see the long-term SMA of Batu Kawan Berhad. So this is the chart for long-term SMA of Batu Kawan Berhad for 1 year period too, from May 2018 until May 2019. So what we can observe right here is the SMA line is slightly moving downtrend. As the SMA line slightly moving downtrend, the price movement actually is moving below the SMA line too, except for August of 2018 until October of 2018, where the price movement is actually moving above the SMA line. As well as for late of April until middle of April until late of April, the price movement is actually moving above the SMA line too. So what I can suggest for potential buyer who are very interested in Batu Kawan Berhad, I suggest that you guys to buy the stock at the moment, as the prices are low right now in May. And for existing buyer who want to sell their stock, I suggest that you guys to hold the decision until the price movement is moving above the SMA line again. Okay, so last but not least is the double line of SMA of Batu Kawan Berhad. So this is how the chart look like. So for the whole year period from May 2018 until May 2019, there's a few cross that happened. So the first cross is that cross that happened in late of May. After the dead cross happened, the price movement is moving below both of the line. And after that, in middle of July, the price movement going up again, and the price is moving above both of the line. And there is when golden cross happened in late of August. After that, but the golden cross doesn't last long, and that cross happened in late of October. After the dead cross happened, the price movement is moving below the short term of SMA line, but it's still touching the short term of SMA line. So at the end of the year of this 1 year period, actually there's another cross going to happen again, but we don't know either it's golden cross or dead cross, as both of the SMA line is lay on each other. So what I can suggest for both potential buyer and the investor that already in the market, I suggest that you guys should hold your decision either to buy or to sell your stock until the cross happen. So yeah, that's it for me for simple moving average of Batu Kawan Berhad.
I'll be explaining about types of indicators for Batu Kawan Berhad from May 2018 until 10 of May 2019. So for the first one is MACD. MACD, we can spot when the MACD line is crosses either below or above the signal line. If above the signal line, it shows the buying signal, but if the below signal line, it shows the selling signals. So from this, we can show that there's a buying and selling signal. Buying is June, August, December 2018, and for selling is from May 2018, June, October, December 2018, and the last one is February 2019. For these indicators, we can show at the last of the month, 10 of May, we can show that the existing investors should hold their stock because the stock is going to rise. And for the potential investor, they can enter the market. And for the second one is stochastic. Stochastic is a K% line crosses D% line, and it shows a selling signal, and it can spot at June 2018, November and December 2018. So for basically stochastic oscillator, when the K lines is crosses the D lines, and it gives a spot from that. So the third one is RSI. So basically RSI that measured the speed and the changes of the price for the stocks. So basically we can spot the buy signal from the October 2018, and the last one is at March 2019. So for this indicator, we can give the advice at the end of 10 May for the existing investor. They can hold their stocks because the price is in downtrend, and for the potential that from these indicators, we do not advise them to enter the market. For the fourth one is William percent R, and William percent R is a reading from there's two types, which is -20 and -80. For -20 is overbought, and -80 is oversold. So from this, at the end of the May, the line is crossover in the sold line, so it shows that the potential they can enter the market. And for the existing, they have to hold, or they can buy the new stock, because their stocks is going to increase. Okay, the last one is OBV. OBV is the indicators that help the to expect the price to be increased for. And for this indicators, we can see that there's two major buying signal from this from May 2018 until 10th of May 2019. And from this, we can see there's a lot of investors will buy the stock. When they buy the stock, the price of the stock is going to increase, and that is why the price is increasing. It because of the demand from the stocks.
In conclusion, here is our recommendation to the existing shareholder and the potential investor. We advise the existing shareholder to hold their stock, and for the potential investor to hold their intention to buy. And our recommendation comes from us analyzing the technical overlay and technical indicators. Based on the technical indicators, it is our recommendation as at 31st May 2019 is for the existing shareholder to hold their stock, and for the potential investor to hold their intention to buy. This is because the indication breaks even for two buying signal and two selling signal. This interprets as no clear indication of their trend. Therefore, it is wise for existing shareholders to hold their stock, and for potential investors to hold their intention to buy. Furthermore, referring to the technical overlay, it shows no clear indication of the trend. Therefore, the potential investor and existing investor should hold their intention to buy and hold their stock respectively, because this trend shows no clear indication of a bullish market or a bearish market. That is it from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.